Good morning. This is Jack from Charting the Markets Crypto. And this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Tuesday, the 22nd of July. My disclaimer: I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own chance. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Looking at Bitcoin, we've just been consolidating for a few days. Nothing particularly interesting happening. Wondering about a possible test of the daily middle band, which is now up in the 114.979 area. And we obviously got a pretty decent looking rising wedge here, and the next obvious target within the wedge would be wedge support currently in about the 107.5 area. I'm wondering if we might make that move, possibly while forming a decent looking bull flag. Looking at Solana, Solana's been making great guns since basically it broke over the 200 DMA, which has been the key resistance since the decline. It's been on a hell of a run, and it's gone up to now about the 205 area. This means that the IHS which I've drawn in has now broken up, and that's broken up with a target in about the 283 area, but really with an effective target at a retest of the all-time high at 294.95. What am I thinking might happen here? Well, this is an inflection point area. So the most likely area for an IHS to fail, and this one could fail, is just after the breakup. So this is just after the breakup. We're obviously in fairly nosebleed territory on both the RSI 14 and the RSI 5. I'm thinking we might see some retracement here. Looking at that, not got a particularly obvious area here, but as now the IHS has broken up, actually the rising support probably wouldn't come from this low here. It might, it would come from the low here, and we could be forming an overall pattern. I'll be looking at it more closely, but I am wondering about some retracement. We did have an RSI 14 early sell signal fixed on this move up. It is broken. It is that failed, but we've now got another RSI 14 sell signal fixed. Looking at the shorter picture chart, I've just done a chart on the 15-minute chart on a much more short-term basis. Could have a rising megaphone here, and that could be a decent looking megaphone with a slight overthrow at the high here. I am wondering if we see some retracement, but on the bigger picture, what we would be doing in all probability is getting back into the 70 line on the RSI 14 and the RSI 5, and then come back up, retest the high. And if we're going to see a fail, then that would be a fail on daily sell signals. Looking at the Ethereum chart, wondering the same. And here on the 60-minute chart, we've got a pretty decent looking rising megaphone. I've drawn this in as the obvious resistance trend line. We've gone there, we've reached it, and I'm wondering about a bit of a fail here. Do we have an RSI 14 sell signal here? Yes, we had an old one here. That's made the possible near miss target now. This one didn't fail, but I am wondering if we might see lower and see a decent divergence form on the daily chart. Here, though, I'd be leaning towards seeing a retest of the high here of 4109.05. We've got close enough here that will now look like unfinished business if we don't make it. We shall see. All right, great. In that case, I think that's a wrap. No questions, so we will see how that goes. I'm going to be doing a post today, and we talk about the possibility we see this retracement to set up negative divergence. I'd still be looking for a high retest after this, and really on Ethereum, I'd be looking for a retest of 4109.05. Wouldn't always make it, but at this stage, it usually would. So I'd be looking for that, and we will see. Is it possible that this Solana IHS will make target? Yes, it is possible. I am wondering whether, if equities are topping out here, and it kind of looks like they are, then that's going to be harder. No question about it. You can see that this move up here has been matching a move up on the Nasdaq, and we've got no evidence at the moment this can go down. This can go up a lot while equities are going down, and we're not really seeing an awful lot suggesting that here either. So we will see how it goes from here. Could it be that equities will go up? Well, we do have an important court date in about 8 days or 9 days, I think, where it's going to be ruled whether the tariffs are legal or illegal. We could see an extension up on equities if they are ruled illegal. We will see. But I'm not ruling out the possibility this makes the target. But this is the area I was thinking that if we were going to see a fail, then it would likely be here, and I'll be writing about that today. All right, great. In that case, that's a wrap. Everyone take care, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning.